we're back again. This time with part 2 of the local government. Trying to educate you about what's going on so that you can better understand what's happening in our city.
Yeah. I'm Gerald Phillips, a concerned citizen, and
William Zimmerman, concerned citizen as well.
yeah. We just previously presented local government responsibilities, talking about public officials and what obligations they have, which is openness in government, impartiality, honesty, integrity, and transparency. And we discussed that in the part 1. In part 2, we're going to talk more about what happens when our public officials, as we indicated, fail to uphold those high standards, and also when they fail to adhere to their oath of office for which they swore to uphold. So we're going to give some examples of situations where we believe some public officials in the City of Avon Lake may have not held those standards. And then later we'll explain what potentially remedies citizen has to make them accountable. Possibly, I think we indicated, recall is a mechanism, removal, or even potentially if their conduct gets to the point that it may even amount to criminal conduct, and what can be done. So, do you have any examples you want to discuss before we get into the consequences of their actions?
Part of my ongoing issues with the city has been the way that we've been treated. And as an example, we had talked about Robert's rules and the way that meetings are done. We get limited to the amount of time that we can have. But after we're done at the podium, there isn't supposed to be rebuttal or any kind of extra statements made, things of that nature. And back when Marty was running the council, if I had something that I said that was derogatory about the mayor or something like that, he'd give the mayor an opportunity to rebut what I had said. And against the rules. But they thought that that was okay. Mr. Cost does it repeatedly. In fact, one of the meetings recently, he says, what the hell, I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna. So why would they not be held to a standard that all the other legislators in our communities or other communities are held to? And I don't understand how in the City of Avon Lake, they constantly don't obey their oath of office.
Yeah, I want to give one example that just occurred recently on Monday's council meeting yesterday. I made a request, which is called a taxpayer demand, that was pertaining to the interim development agreement, which was passed as ordinance number 24-143. And every ordinance has a title which contains the subject matter of it. So the title of ordinance 24-143 says, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an interim development agreement with the Avon Lake Environmental Redevelopment Group, which is ALERG, and declaring an emergency. What caused me concern was there was attached to this agreement as an exhibit, Exhibit D, a letter of intent. So I was concerned that they were attempting to authorize 2 different agreements or 2 different subjects. And the Ohio Revised Code prohibits putting 2 or more subjects in an ordinance. It's called the single subject rule. And it's designed to prevent what's called log rolling, which means you put more than one item in a piece of legislation, and then you're kind of caught in a dilemma of, well, do you vote for it because you like one item and don't? And the law in Ohio is you can't do that. So I thought that basically that was what they were attempting to do. So I got a response from the law director who basically said, no, your concept is wrong. This ordinance didn't include two subjects. The letter of intent is a separate agreement, needs to be, will be executed in the future. So there was only one subject matter, according to his letter, which is just the authorization of the mayor to solely execute the interim development agreement. Well, the reason why I brought the issue of violating the single subject rule is because Exhibit D to the interim development agreement, which is authorized by Ordinance 24-143, is a separate agreement, according to the law director. But Ordinance 24-143 in the title says nothing about the mayor having authority to execute a letter of intent. But yet, when I asked for an executed copy of the interim development agreement, little behold, I find out that without any authority, any authorization, or legal ordinance, we got Mayor Spetzel's signature signing as mayor on an agreement that he had no authorization, no legal authority, and then it was executed by ALERG. So this contract is completely illegal, no legal basis for it, and an example of violating their oath of office.